Welcome to BigONE Weekly News Update. I'm Gavin. As the first quarter of 2025 draws to a close, financial markets are gripped by a volatile mix of geopolitical pressure, macroeconomic uncertainty, and glimmers of recovery, particularly in the cryptocurrency space. With the long-anticipated U.S. auto tariff set to take effect on April 2nd, investors are bracing for what some are calling a «liberation day» that could redefine the direction of risk assets globally. A week of fragile stability ends in uncertainty. Markets attempted a brief rebound midweek before retreating. Bitcoin, BTC, fell 4.33% to around $82,400, Ethereum, ETH, plunged 10% to approximately $1,800, and Solana, SOL, dropped 6% to $125. These losses mirror a broader sentiment of anxiety, particularly following President Trump's announcement of a 25% tariff on all automobile imports and reciprocal trade measures. The S&P wink with tongue sticking out 500 responded with a steep decline, possibly heading for its worst quarter since 2022. Treasury yields dropped sharply, while gold surged to historic highs, signaling a flight to safety amid escalating fears of a full-blown trade war and resurging inflation. Bitcoin's mixed performance and a digital gold disappointment. So far in 2025, BTC has returned -12% year-to-date, while ETH is down a staggering 46%. Interestingly, Bitcoin's performance closely tracks the Nasdaq's 8% drop despite typically exhibiting a beta 3 to 5 times higher than tech stocks. This relative resilience is overshadowed by its failure to fulfill its digital gold narrative, especially with actual gold rising over 20% this year. Emerging optimism in the crypto space. Despite the gloomy macro backdrop, several positive signals have emerged since mid-March in the crypto sector. Key indicators include a persistently favorable regulatory environment, long-term negative funding rates, implying short-heavy sentiment that may soon reverse, signs that investor panic has bottomed out, a possible turning point in global M2 liquidity, suggesting increased capital flow and future price support. These factors hint at a market poised for recovery, with downward momentum possibly exhausted and liquidity ready to re-enter. GameStop goes full crypto. In a notable development, GameStop has officially integrated Bitcoin into its treasury reserve strategy. The company now allows conversion of up to $4.8 billion in assets into BTC. Its $1.3 billion senior convertible note was oversubscribed in a single day, underscoring continued institutional appetite for crypto-related instruments despite market stress. The week ahead, make or break moments. Investors are keenly watching April 2's tariff enforcement and the April 4th release of U.S. non-farm payroll data. These events could significantly sway short-term asset prices, especially given how sharply markets react to Trump's tone on trade. Friendly rhetoric could lift sentiment, while aggressive posturing may deepen volatility. Non-farm payrolls, a barometer of U.S. economic health, also loom large. Strong numbers may bolster confidence, but any signs of weakness could fuel a broader risk-off move. April's so-called Liberation Day may mark a critical juncture, not just for trade policy, but for investor psychology and asset allocation in 2025. While tariffs and macro data dominate headlines, savvy market participants are watching for the quieter but more telling signs: liquidity shifts, funding trends, and sentiment resets that could spark the next big move.
Join BigONE today and take advantage of the growing cryptocurrency market.